Hari Om. Good morning to everybody in the US. Good evening to everybody in India. Welcome to the Stotra Bodha series talk number 51. We're very excited today to have the talk on Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram, an instrument to liberation. And we welcome Vidushi Dr.R.Geeta, who is an assistant professor of Sanskritam, PMS College, Bengaluru. And we'll have Shivanga Garu give the Veda Kusumanjali, Srimati Annapurna Duri will sing the Sangeetanjali, and then we'll have concluding remarks and vote of thanks. So, with that, Shivanga, please.
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनोभिः व्यसेम देवहितै यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्ताख्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम अग्नेनय सुपथराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युजोद्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भो इष्टां ते नम भुक्तिं विदेम। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसी जायताम्, महाराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषभ्यो अतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम्। दोग्ध्रीं धेनुर्वोढान् नड्वान् आसु सप्तिः, पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णोरतेष्ठाः। सभेयो युव अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम्। निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षतु फलवत्यो न भोषधयः, पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः, स्तोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि, सर्वो ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्। मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु, अनिराकरणम् अस्तु, अनिराकरणम् मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ओम नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवभूतैषभे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने भावुभ्यामुत ते नमः। यतैषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः, शिवा शरभ्या यातव तया नो रुद्रमुडया। याते रुद्र शिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी, तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः। यामिषुं गिरिसन्तहस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे, शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरुमा इगुंसे पुरुषं जगत। शिवेन वचसा त्वां गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि, यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मघं सुमना असत। अध्यवोच धदिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक्, अहीघश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाच्च यातु धान्यः। असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणवुत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः, ये चेमाघं रुद्रा अभितो धिक्षुश्रिता सहस्रशोभैशाखं एडहीमये। असौ यो वसत्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः, उदैनं गोपा दृश्यन्न दृश्यन्नुदहार्यः। उदैनं विश्वाभूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः। नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीडुषे, अतो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करं नमः। प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्निर्योर्जाम्, याश्च ते अस्तैषवा पराथा भगवो वप। अवतत्य धनस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशतेषु धे, निशीर्य शल्यानामुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव। विज्जं धनुक्कपद्धिनो विशल्यो बाणवाघं हुत, अनेशन्न शेषभापुरश्च निषङ्गतिः जाते येतिर्मेडुस्तमस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुज नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायान तताय दृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो भावुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वने यतिरस्मान् ऋणक्त विश्वतः अतो यशुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निदेहितम् शम्भवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः ओम नमो
Thank you. Stop ಮಾಡಿ.
ओम शांति शांति शांति.
So now Sangeetanjali Annapurna.
Yeah, I'm here. कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयंभो 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 गंगाधर शंकर करुणाकर मामव भवसागर तारक गंगाधर शंकर करुणाकर मामव भवसागर तारक भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयंभो निर्गुण परब्रह्म स्वरूप गम गम भूता प्रपंच रहिता निर्गुण परब्रह्म स्वरूप गम गम भूता प्रपंच रहिता निज गुह निहिता नितांत अनंत निज गुह निहित नितांत अनंत आनंद अतिशय अक्षय लिंग निज गुह निहित नितांत अनंत आनंद अतिशय अक्षय लिंग भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयंभो धीमित धीमित धीम धीम किट किट तोम 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 तरि किट किट तोम धीमित धीमित धीम धीम किट किट तोम 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 तरि किट तोम मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्वदिगंबर वेशित वेशा मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्वदिगंबर वेशित वेश नित्य निवंजन नृत्य नटेश ईशा सर्वेश सर्वेश भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much. Today, what about Prasad? Are you there? So I just introduce the present day speaker, and who is Vidushi Dr.R.Geeta, Assistant Professor, Department of Sanskritam, BMS College of Commerce and Management, India, Karnataka, Bengaluru, and she has been associated with the activities of our Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra and also WAVES, Bangalore World Association for Vedic Studies from Bangalore chapter, and she has already made a lot of programs with our things. And today, in fact, today we are having a wonderful program on the Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram. Actually, I had not much idea about this, but one of our students in MEMSIS, that is the Rajagopalan Subramaniam, he said, "Sir, I want to have some knowledge about this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra," but his desire was since long back. But somehow today is the Muhurtam, Vaishakha, Suddha, the Ekadasi also, and this year. And so we are going to have good time because Shiva, this month only we had a good program on Shiva Gita, and that is one of the not much heard Gitas as such. And we have a wonderful, and it is now going on in our YouTube also, presented by our Surya Chandra Ananda Parivrajaka. Otherwise, he just changed his name because he has become the Grihastha Sannyasi, and otherwise, he is Dr. Chandra Reddy Garu, who is a cancer specialist, very well famous in America and elsewhere. So he presented Shiva Gita, and we are all happy. And as a continuation of the eminence of Lord Rudra, Shiva, we are having today, this month again, Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, which is again containing 45 slokas, and which is written by Gandharva Raja, Pushpadanta. And in this stotra, there is in 40, and there are all these stotras are in Sraddhara Vrutta, and so beautiful presentation. And actually, orderly to read the slokas requires little Sanskrit knowledge because the pronunciation is very important, and splitting the compounds also important. So this Mahimnaa Stotra is meant for the Nitya Parayanam, and this stotra has been appreciated by so many people. For example, Katyayana Vararuchi, a great Sanskrit scholar and grammarian also, he appreciated in this particular stotra, and it has got a wonderful connection to the mantra, tantra, yoga, and mahima, and Vangmaya Sara, and everything. And this is inspiring the bhakti, and Shiva will definitely oblige. And such a beautiful Mahimnaa Stotra we are having today. And I don't want to talk much about this stotra because I myself am a new to familiarize myself. And there are certain expressions in this stotra, for like He says, for example, he says, Vakya Pushpopaharam. So he says, it is my Vakya Pushpa. Metaphorically, this is a flower of the composition offered to the feet of Paramatma. And so anybody who recites this sloka, he will become a Putravan. And it's a part of Vangmaya Puja. And Paramatma, Ishvara, Umapati would get completely pleased. Priyatam me tadrushaya namaha, Shivaya namaha. And ultimately it's promised in the last 3-4 slokas. The Phalasruti also is there. And when Shiva Anugraha is there, he will have a Shivaloka Prapti and all that. So this is already running in the YouTube, only Stotra, and but therefore this Stotra is not anyway not much popular. So such a beautiful, powerful Sanskrit sloka, Shiva Mahimna, Mahime Stitaha. Mahimna, I think so. So Shiva is not simply Shiva only. He is one who is seated in the aspect of the presentation of the Mahima or influence or Vaibhava and all that. And today I request Dr. Vidushi Geeta to enlighten us more and more about that. And moreover, she has been escaping, and she has chosen only today to be the Muhurtam for that. Congratulations and welcome to Dr. Geeta, the professor in Sanskrit. Welcome, Amma.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvigham Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Tvamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidyam Buddhim Cha Dehi Me. गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Namaste Prabhakar ji. Hope I am audible.
Yeah. Yes.
And the screen share has come, sir.
Yeah, the screen also is visible. They are
Okay.
shared.
Okay. I first of all thank Prabhakar sir for giving me this opportunity. Actually, this is Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. Sir actually gave a glimpse of what does that name actually mean. But this consists of so many things. Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra consists of so many things like a ocean, where I will be giving the meaning of this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra and the English name what I gave. When Prabhakar sir actually told me Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, actually I had not read even once about it. When he asked me to give some name for this lecture, I suddenly gave some name. Later I understood what the beauty it had, even in Sanskrit name and the English name. I will tell you at the end of this session. Now, we shall start with Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra is a stotra which is related to Bhakti, Shiva Bhakti especially. And this Bhakti actually gives us both yoga and bhoga. Yoga is that we enjoy the material pleasures, and bhoga is something which we enjoy the material pleasures, and yoga is liberation. So with this, we are going to start with the Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra consists of around 41 or 42 verses, which is impossible to cover in 1 hour session. So what I have done, this is actually Kavya Stotra, but actually I have concentrated completely on the philosophical part of this stotra. So I am touching, actually to touch my Shirshike, that is the title, I'll be touching only upon the philosophical part which tells about the liberation. Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, an instrument to liberation. As soon as I say the word liberation, immediately the word comes along with the word bondage. If I say one has to get liberated, then the next question is, then are we bound? If we are bound by something, then the word liberation comes. So there are two types of people who says, yes, we are bound, and no, we are bound. We are not bound. Half of the people say, yes, we are bound, and half of the people say, no, we are not bound. So whatever it is, if you say, yes, we are bound, later we'll see what we are bound with. Yes, we are bound, then actually what we are bound with, we'll see in the next slide. But if you are bound or if you are not bound, for both of them, this stotra helps. How means, if you are bound and trying to get liberated, this stotra will take a lead to liberate us. It will help us or show a way how to liberate from the bondage. If you say, if you are not bound by anything, we are not in a bondage, then also this stotra helps us, saying that, making that person realize, yes, you are bound, because that person not even knows that they are bound. This stotra make them realize, yes, we are bound. So once the realizations comes, yes, we are bound, then the next step goes with liberation. So whether you are bound or whether you are not bound, still this stotra helps completely in taking us to the path of liberation. What is liberation? As we very well know that liberation is enjoying the eternal bliss, which we can call it as moksha. Okay, so what is that are stopping us from not attaining moksha? There are 6 factors. I'm completely dependent on this stotra only. There are 6 factors which are binding us. They are Arishad Vargas: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. These are the 6 locks. They are the locks which are keeping us inside the door or a jail, not allowing us to move on to the liberation or mokshapada. Then, what is the key to open these locks? 6 locks, but only 1 key is enough. What is that 1 key or 1 password? That is either Karma Yoga or Raja Yoga or Bhakti Yoga or Gnana Yoga. There are 4 kinds. You can open the lock of these Arishad Vargas using any of these 4. Karma Yoga, we very well know that we do our job properly and that leads us to liberation. Raja Yoga is Ashtanga Yoga, exercises, pranayama, dhyana, dharana, samadhi and others. Bhakti Yoga is, we know very well how so many bhaktas have come in Bhakti Panta, Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa, we can name so many, innumerable. Sri Santa Shishnala Sharifa, Tukaram, so many in Bhakti Panta. And Gnana Yoga, of course, Adi Shankaracharya says, Dhanaiva Muktihi. Only the knowledge of self will liberate us and it leads us to moksha. So there are 4 things, and that is the only 1 key, any one we can use here to open all the locks, 6 locks of Arishad Vargas. Only because of these Arishad Vargas, we are bound in samsara. Let me clear first before going to the next step. Samsara is that which makes us keep us coming punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. It will not lead us to the cessation of births and deaths. That is samsara. And liberation is, once the cessation happens, once the birth and death stops, then that itself is moksha. So whoever is tired in life, enough with this samsara, enough of taking births and deaths, they take up any of these paths to take up the liberation. So now we have to, in this story, in this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, rather than these 3, Karma, Raja, or Gnana, it is Bhakti Yoga which has been projected here. Through Bhakti Yoga, the Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra is taken upon for the liberation. How did this stotra come? The origin of stotra. There is a story of Pushpadanta. Pushpadanta will be an Yaksha. What Yakshas will have very magical powers in the Svargaloka. What happens once on the earth, a king had grown up flowers which will give very beautiful fragrance and which is very beautiful to look at. He will be growing in a garden. This Yaksha gets attracted to those flowers and he will be picking up all the flowers and he will be going to his place. But every day, nobody knows who is plucking those flowers. So he waits, he tells his guardian to take care, but still, because he comes as a Maya Sharira, but nobody can make out his Sharira. Only flowers are going off. So the king is worried. How can the flowers, who is taking out these flowers? Who is the thief? He wanted to know. So he cannot make out because since he is not in the form of a body. So what the king thinks, somehow he has to catch hold of this thief. So he knows, and what he'll do, he will take a Nairmalya of Shiva. Nairmalya, it is a very precious thing which will be put on the idol or god, and when it is taken away, it is taken as a prasada which will not be stepped by anyone. So he takes that Nairmalya and puts it in the garden. This Yaksha who comes to that garden again to steal those flowers, he will not be knowing that Nairmalya is fallen there, and he steps on that Nairmalya. As soon as he steps on that Shiva Nairmalya, all his power will go off and he comes to form, and he is got hold of by the king and other people there. Then that king will take him to the prison and he'll be put in the prison, and totally he will lose his power and he can't even go back to the heaven. So now he starts praying to Lord Shiva. Yes, sorry, I have done the mistake. Please forgive me. Praying like this, he has done these stotras. These stotras have come as a prayer for Shiva from this Yaksha Pushpadanta. But after 41 verses, after praising this Shiva appears in front of him and says, okay, I have forgiven you and you will be back with your powers. So Pushpadanta will be getting back his powers and he will go to heaven. So why this Pushpadanta? What is the relation between this Arishad Vargas and this Pushpadanta story is that because of ambition, he has done this mistake. Ambition is one of the locks of Arishad Vargas. He got locked. He got locked in the jail. And in the same manner, we are into Arishad Vargas and we get locked in this samsara. In this way, if we pray to God, saying that this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, definitely Shiva will bless us with liberation. We shall go in deep with each 6 sloks, as I said, Arishad Vargas, which Pushpadanta writes in this Kavya. I have completely not touched the Kavya part of this Kavya, because I am going only to the philosophical and liberation part of it. So I cannot take all the shlokas 41. So I have chosen all that are related to Arishad Vargas, and I have given the name here also. 50th shloka of this Kavya. Here, Kama, Manmata. Manmata, actually, he was very ambitious. First law, Kama, Krodha. I am going in the order. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. First one is Kama. For this, he writes, Pushpadanta writes, Asiddhartham Naiva Kvachidapi. Like this, he writes, Bhut Smaraha, Samartavyam Nahi, Vishastupataha Paribhavaha. So, this Manmatha got burnt into ashes. I will tell the story in a very short space. Actually, Shiva will be after Daksha, in Daksha Yagna, after Parvati falls in the fire and leaves her body, physical body. Shiva goes to tapas, and Tarakasura comes and prays Brahma and asks for a boon that Shiva and Parvati's son should kill him. it is not possible because Shiva has sat for your tapas and Parvati is not there. The Sati is not there. So their marriage has to happen, and then son has to born, and then he has to kill Tarakasura. So it's a big time. So he asked for that boon, and Brahma says okay. Then Shiva is in tapas, and this Sati who has given her a physical body in the fire has born as a Parvataraja's daughter as Parvati. Now she is growing there in Himalayas. Now the marriage has to take place between Parvati and Shiva, and son has to born and he has to kill Tarakasura. So somebody has to disturb the penance of Shiva. Who can disturb the penance of Shiva? So Manmatha is called by Indra, and he asked Manmatha to disturb the penance of Shiva by his arrows. There Indra praises Manmatha like anything to boost him up and to send him to disturb Shiva's penance. Manmatha is so ambitious that he wants to get a name in the world, that he has disturbed the penance of the great Lord Shiva. He wanted to take that name. He was very ambitious, and that ambition was provoked by Indra only. So he becomes so ambitious that he gets a big name, saying that he took the lead to disturb Shiva's penance, and marriage will happen and son will be born. All credit goes to him. He's so ambitious, and he goes and disturbs. He leaves his arrow on Shiva, and Shiva's penance is disturbed, and Shiva burns him into fire. So in this shloka, Pushpadanta is telling, see, that Manmatha, see what has happened to Pushpadanta here. He has done a mistake. The beauty of this kavya is so nice. He's taking the examples of all those who has done mistakes, and he's telling, you have courteous to so many people there. Please help me also. Even I have done mistake. Please forgive my mistake also, he's asking. So in this way, he's asking, Manmatha got burnt into fire. So burnt into ashes. So because of ambitions. Later, at once he says, please forgive me. This is one regarding Kama. And next, Krodha, Banasura. Banasura's anger. Here also Kavi says, Pushpadanta says, what is Banasura's story is, Banasura is the son of Virochana and grandson of Bali and great-grandson of Prahlada. Prahlada, Bali, Virochana and Banasura. This is the lineage. Here what happens, Banasura is a very great bhakta of Shiva. Very, very great bhakta. What he'll be doing, he'll be having 1,000 arms. In the 1,000 arms, when Shiva was doing Tandava, he was giving, he was accompanying him with drums. Mridangam, Talas, all Talavadyas with his 1,000 arms for the dance. So Shiva will be very happy with this performance. And once he will ask, Banasura, I'm very happy about you. If you want, you ask any boon. So, first of all, Banasura is not that kind enough. He's a cruel king. He'll be troubling all the devasas. Upon this, he's getting Shiva's blessings also, boon also. Now he's asking, Shiva is asking what boon he want. He says, if you are happy with me, you please protect my city. Kshetra Palaka. You become my city is Palaka. Kshetra Palaka, he will ask. So Shiva actually, see Shiva being a lord of the universe, he comes down to that level to Bhakta. If Bhakta asks something, he's ready to give anything and everything. So he says, okay, I'll come, I'll look after your city. So he becomes Kshetrapala for this Banasura's city. Shonita, the name of the city is Shonita. Then what happens? He'll be, he continues his cruel acts. Again, he's an Asura. He continues his cruel acts. Once what happens? His daughter, Usha, falls in love with Krishna's grandson, Aniruddha. So what she do with magical powers, she will, with her help of her friend Chitralekha, she will bring Aniruddha to her place. and she proposes him there. I am in love with you. So he also agrees they will be in love with each other. When Banasura comes to know about their love affair, he takes Aniruddha and puts him in the prison. Then here in the Yadava Kula, everybody will be searching what happened to Aniruddha. Then Narada comes and says he has been taken away by Usha and he is in the prison of Banasura. Then the Yadavas come with an army to fight against Banasura's army. So they face each other. While facing each other, at the end, the war will not end easily. So at the end, even Suras, Devatas, everybody come for fighting. But here, since Shiva is, Banasura is the great devotee of Shiva and Shiva is looking after the kshetra of Banasura, what he do? He will stand for Banasura. Shiva will stand for Banasura. Then this war never ends. Then Krishna himself will come and faces Shiva. Krishna and Shiva's fight continues, but fight never ends because both are lords of the universe. How will the war end? So what he'll do? He will start cutting off the Krishna will start cutting off the arms of what the 1,000 arms he had. This Banasura, he start cutting off all the arms of Banasura. Then only 4 will be remaining. At that time, Shiva says, "Don't kill him." Then Krishna says, "I cannot kill him because I have promised his great grandfather, that is Bali, that he has promised his grandfather Bali that he is not going to kill anyone in his lineage. So I'm not going to kill him, but he should understand that cruelty should not be done." Everything, then Banasura understand this because of his anger. See, anger was not at all necessary. He would have done a mediation. Being a mediator, he would have arranged their marriage. Instead, he simply, because of his strength, he raised anger. He made this war. All this happened. Then he falls at Lord Shiva and as well as Lord Krishna and says he is sorry for his mistake and he will arrange their marriage. Here Pushpadanta is asking Lord Shiva, there also you have excused that Banasura's mistake and you have blessed him. So please bless me too. This is Krodha. Then comes Lobha. Ravana is a very well-known name in the historical place. Ravana, after acquiring the Kubera's property, that is all assets, he will the war happens between Kubera and Ravana, and Ravana will take off all Kubera's assets, and then he will not stop there and he wanted to go to Kailasam. When he goes to Kailasam, there Nandi stops him saying that you're not supposed to go in because Shiva and Parvati are at their personal space. But Ravana won't agree that, and he will take up the whole Kailasam on his head with his shoulders, 20 shoulders. So Shiva won't get angry. Instead, see how greedy this Ravana is. It would have been enough. Everybody is under his control and he has taken away all Kubera's assets. Still, he is not enough. He wanted to take Kailasa itself. So what he'll do, Shiva, just he will press that Kailasa in his toe, and that what happens, Ravana will be taking up the mountain, no? So that comes and falls on his arms and he starts shouting. He could not bear the pain when mountain is on his arms. So then he starts praying Shiva and says that then that is the place where Shiva Tandava Stotra, which is very famous today. You can take it out in any YouTube wicket. Shiva Tandava Stotra he composes and he prays Lord Shiva that to forgive him for this mistake, and then Shiva blesses him and releases him. Here also, Pushpadanta is telling, you have blessed even Ravana. Please bless me too. Then, Moha, attachment. See, this Moha, the another name of Moha in Sanskrita is Aviveka. What is Aviveka? we do something without analyzing things. Here, Daksha Brahma, whose daughter is Dakshayani, gets married to Shiva without his permission, or let us say permission, where Daksha Brahma will not be liking Shiva, and he did not want his daughter Dakshayani to marry Shiva. But still she likes Shiva, so she marries Shiva. But Daksha Brahma did not like this. Somewhere he wanted to he wanted to bring down Shiva somewhere. So what he do? He does a yagna where every devata is called, every devata is invited, but only Shiva is not invited. So Shiva and Dakshayani is not invited. Here, moha, because of Daksha Brahma moha, what happens? He would have thought he is the lord of the universe, but he didn't think that. That is aviveka. Because of that, he did not call Dakshayani and Shiva. Dakshayani forces Shiva that she wanted to attend father's function, but Shiva says no. Still, she wanted to attend. So Shiva agrees and he will send. And when she comes there, I'm not going deep into the story since I want to finish everything there. When she comes to Dakshayagna's ritual, he scolds her a lot and scolds even Shiva. So she feels very bad that because of her, Shiva is getting scoldings. She leaves that physical body and she jumps into fire, leaving her physical body. So here, then story goes on with it's a very big story where war happens. Shiva comes, he's to start taking her body out of the fire and he starts doing Tandava Nritya. So war happens, everything happens like this. So here Pushpadanta's aim is to say even Daksha Brahma has done a mistake and Pushpadanta's idea is to say that everybody is doing mistake. Please forgive me too. Then comes Mada, ego. What happened? Because Sagara was a king where his 60,000 children get into ashes due to some incident, and I will not go deep into the story. Sagara was a king who had 60,000 children. All of them will get burned into ashes by a Muni called Kapila Maharshi. And now since it is an uncertain death of all 60,000 children, so he wanted to know how they will be getting moksha, that is liberation. So he comes to know that when Ganga river, who is in the heaven, if she comes down through that Ganga Nadi Tarpana, those 60,000 children will get moksha. So he start doing penance. The lineage, that is Sagara. Then after that, his son Amshuman and their children for all that. Their children and their children, like that, they start doing penance. After a long time, she is allowed to Ganga starts flowing from heaven. When Ganga starts flowing from heaven, a little in her mind, she gets ego that, oh, I'm great. I'm going to earth and I'm going to wash away the sins of all these people. This kind of attitude she had when she was flowing from the heaven. So what Shiva did when she was flowing with a very egoistic behavior, with what we say, garva. See, if she falls from the heaven, what about the earth? The earth will get drowned in the river because of her force. What he will do, Shiva will tie her up and put it in and lock her in her matted locks. So she will not be allowed. Again, the penance is done and she is allowed to go. In this stotra, Pushpadanta is telling, when you took the Ganga and hold it in your matted locks, see, when we see Ganga river, it is so big and so big. You can imagine if you are seeing Ganga river. But in in front of you, when she was locked in her, when your battery locks, you look so big, and it is just a small channel of water. So you are great, you are big, you are huge. It means you are universal. To say that, he is telling this stotra. When you took up Ganga near matted locks, you looked so big, you looked so huge, you are all pervading, you are omniscient. That is what he is praying in this Ganga, putting Ganga into shloka. Then comes Matsarya, jealous. Once a contest happens between Vishnu and Brahma. Shiva says both will be telling, they'll not be telling. They wanted to know who is great. Either Vishnu is great or Brahma is great. Then Shiva says, okay, let me give you a contest where you find out my two ends, the start and the end. Two ends, beginning and ending. You have to find out. So if you are able to find out my 2 points, ending and starting, whoever finds will be the great among between you two. So Vishnu goes up and tries to find out the starting point in the space. He searches and searches and searches. It's impossible to find. Means to say, it is not possible to find. It's Ananta. Lord is Ananta. Ananta means which does not have an end, which does not have a starting. Adi Ananta Rahita. He is. So it is not possible to find out. So Vishnu could not find out. But Brahma feels, if Vishnu has find it out, the point there, even Brahma searches on the earth and below the earth everywhere, but he cannot find the points, the starting or ending point. So he thinks, if I say I have not found, and if Vishnu has found it, and what happens? He becomes great. See the Matsara, see the jealous. So he thinks, if he wins, I will be put down. So I don't want to face that. See the jealous. So he says, he takes Kedagi flower and cow as his witnesses. He brings them and asks them to tell. When Shiva asks who found my starting and ending points, Vishnu says, I am unable to find out, I don't know. But Brahma says, yes, I found it out. Shiva feels, what is this? It's impossible to find. But he's telling how he found that. Then he takes cow as a witness, and Keliki flower as a witness. So Shiva he's very furious, and he's so angry that he says, it's impossible to find out and you are telling the lies. So there will be no puja for you on the earth. Even I think in only one place in India, Brahma statue, a temple has a Brahma statue. But other than that, there is no worship for Brahma. And even cow and Kedagi flower and even Tulasi, I think, gets cursed. And Kedagi flower is not worshipped anywhere. And cow's front portion is not, because it tells from its mouth. No, its tail portion is worshipped, but its mouth portion is not said to be auspicious, like this. So this is the story, and here Pushparanta is telling, see, like this, even Chaturmukha Brahma also has done some mistake, and he was into curse. So please forgive me. There are people who are doing the mistakes. Even I am also doing the mistake. I have done the mistake. Sorry for this. Please bless me. Putting all these stories, he is telling Shiva to please bless him. After Arishad Vargas, then what is that? How to all the see? All these Arishad Vargas are within us. This is what these Arishadvargas are, the things that are stopping us from liberation or divine path. So, what is that liberates us is bhakti. We have so many names in Bhakti Panta. Markandeya, Prahlada, Dhruva, Kannappa, Dasimaya, Basavanna, Allama Prabhu, Akkamahadevi, Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa, Tyagarajaru, Kabir. Tukaram, Surda, Sharifa, Avadhuta Panta, endless list is never ending. It goes on and goes on and goes on. So, through bhakti, we should, especially in Kali Yuga, bhakti is the easiest way to approach. Why means because in bhakti, the only thing is surrender. I have surrendered to you. You do whatever you want. It's up to you. You want to kill me, kill. You want to bless me, bless. That's it. Finish. You need not work hard. You need not suffer. Just give him up everything. He will look after. But bhakti should be a selfless bhakti, of course. How to practice this selfless bhaktis? Selfless bhakti is practiced through, even Vedas proclaim, neti neti. What is this neti neti? See, in everything, we should give up, sacrifice. What is sacrifice? We should give up the attachment. Na iti, idu na, this is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine. For everything, why do we get all these Arishad Vargas? The main reason for Arishad Vargas is attachment. We get attached to it. This is mine. I can't give up. Mine should be good. Mine only should be good. That is jealous. It is mine only. Only I have to come up. All this ego, mada, kama, moha, matsar, everything because of attachment. Give up that attachment. How to give up that attachment? Develop an attitude of saying, na iti, na neti, neti, this is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine. Give up, give up, give up. Try to give up. Try to give up, try to give up. When that giving up comes, that Arishad Vargas will decrease. That shows us the mirror of bhakti, that there the bhakti comes. More we are selfless, more the bhakti improves. So when the bhakti improves, that is a key for liberation. Here in this Pushpadanta story also, only bhakti. Bhakti to what extent? Kannappa's bhakti. He gave his eyes to the God. Here also a beautiful story where Pushpadanta writes, remembers, surrenders to what extent to the God? He says, once what happened? Narayana was worshipping Lord Shiva with lotus. Where he was worshipping with the lotus, he wanted to do Sahasranama of Shiva. So 1,000 flowers he wanted. When he was worshipping with flowers, what happened? At 999, the flower got ended. He had one flower less to do this puja. One flower less. So what he did, we know very much. Kamala Nayana, Kamala Vadana, who is called? Vishnu is called Kamala Nayana. His eyes are like lotus. He took out his eyes, because his eyes are like lotus. He took out his eyes and put it to Shiva's idol, saying that I'm giving this as a flower. This is the flower, lotus flower, lotus flower, that I'm giving it to you, O Lord Shiva. This is what the surrenderance is. To what extent? Maximum extent. One more, connected to this, one more incident I am able to remember. In Mahabharata, in Draupadi's incident, when Dushyasana started taking away this sari of Draupadi, what's Draupadi do? She holds her sari in one hand and says, Krishna help me in one hand. She's holding her hand on the sari and she's asking Krishna to help her. Krishna did not come. This is beautifully said in Vyasa Mahabharata. Later, she surrendered to him to that extent. Whatever the sari she was holding, she leaves that and she takes her both the hands and call, Krishna, please help me. Then Krishna comes and helps her. Until and unless we give up to 100%, definitely God will not come. He will test us, he will test us, he will test us to 100%. If you have given up completely, then he comes and blesses us like what he said. He is a Kshetrapala for Banasura city, means you can understand. And in Bali's story, there also Vishnu goes and stands as a he's a doorkeeper there. Means to what extent God will come down if we do bhakti for him. That's what Pushpadanta is telling in this shloka also. And what is the result of Selfless bhakti. Okay, I have done a very selfless bhakti, 100%. We have hundreds of examples. Still, what is the result of selfless bhakti? Give up yourself. What Shiva did in Amrita Manthana, when they start churning the mountain for Amrita, the first thing that came out is Visha, not the Amrita. But who is ready to take Visha? Lord Shiva took poison and he became Nilakanta. Parvati stopped that poison at the neck and the poison did not go to his body. There's a different story. But he is the one who took poison, right? So, when we do the selfless bhakti, what is that Visha that Shiva is going to take out from us? He will drink our karmas and give us moksha. That is what we want. All the karmas has to get emptied. So he is the one. Do just bhakti. He is going to drink away all our karma and he is going to bless us. Then, this after, so like this, Pushpadanta prays in every step. People have done mistakes. I've also done mistakes. You have pardoned them. Please pardon me too. And he asks for that he's not going to repeat the mistake. He forgives. He'll ask for a forgiveness. Then, before that, he says, as I told you, at the end of the session, I'll be taking up the name of Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram and an instrument to liberation. First of all, he says, Pushpadanta, see, I didn't give the shloka here, sorry. He's telling the whole, let us, he's imagining that mountain is a ink pot, mountains. All the mountains on the earth are ink pot. And he's considering all the oceans as ink. Then he says, all the branches of the trees are pen. And who is writing the Mahima of Shiva? To praise Shiva, Sakshat Goddess Saraswati is sitting to praise Lord Shiva. Pushpadanta says, in this situation also, it is very difficult to praise you because it's impossible to praise the Lord. Even Vedas fail to praise the Lord. It's not possible. So what he is telling, it is not possible to praise divine. So then what he has done in this, what are all these shlokas then? Is this the praisings of Lord Shiva? The title is Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram. Is he expressing the Mahimas of Shiva? Is he doing the praisings of Shiva here? No, he is not. What he is doing then? He says, Shiva Mahimnaa is the word, that is the Tritiya Vibhakti of the word Mahiman. Mahiman is Shiva. The Lord is Shiva. Mahimna is Tritiya Vibhakti. Tritiya Vibhakti means through. Means we see through our eyes. We work from our hands. Hand is a instrument to do the work. Eyes are an instrument to look at. Like this, Tritiya Vibhakti is instrumental case. We call it as an instrumental case. Here, what is the significance of Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra is, here Pushpadanta is telling, I am not praising your Mahima. Instead, you are making me tell these stotras through your Mahima. Hope I am there. We got it. Your Mahima is an instrument to tell me these stotras. I am not telling any Mahima of Shiva. Instead, through Mahima, through your Mahima, I am able to put these stotras. So, this is the meaning of Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. It is not Mahima Stotra, it is Mahimnaa Stotra. So, it is an instrument to bring out these stotras. Shiva's Mahima is an instrument to bring out these stotras. So, it is an instrumental case. So, when Prabhakar sir asked me to give some caption, give some title for the lecture, really I tell you people, I don't know what is Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. I have just long back I know about it, but I have not read it completely. when he asked me to give the title, just something happened in my mind and I said an instrument to liberation. An instrument to liberation. After, when I start reading about Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, then I come to know that is in an instrumental case and the word instrument has been taken in the title, an instrument to liberation. I was really shocked. Then I understood this caption or this title is not given by me, it is given by Shiva. Lord Shiva has blessed with this title, really. I am nothing. So, Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, in this way, when we recite Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, when we recite Shiva Mahimnaa, it is a way for liberation, way for moksha, way to end up our karmas. Through this, I pray, Lord Shiva, who are all listening to this, and who told this, and who are all listening to this, everybody be blessed with liberation. Thank you so much. प्रदीपज्वालाभिः दिवसकरनीराजनविधिः सुधासूतेश्चन्द्रो फलजललवैरर्घ्यरचना स्वकीयैरम्बोभिः सलिलनिधिसौहेत्यकरणं त्वदीयाभिर्वाग्भिर् तव जननि वाचां स्तुतिरियम्. This is the 100th shloka of Saundarya Lahari, where Shankaracharya says to Devi, why I have taken Devi shloka is that Shiva and Shakti are inseparable. They are always united. They are one and the same. So I wanted to, since I have done Shiva's lecture for 1 hour, I wanted to conclude it with Shakti. So I have taken this shloka saying that as we take the water and give it target to the ocean, as we take say in the same way, it's your words, oh Devi, it is your own words which I am speaking today. It's not mine. So bless me. Adi Shankaracharya is asking to bless him, bless the people who pray like this. So I pray, let Lord Shiva bless everybody with the liberation. I once again, my hearty thanks to Prabhakar sir for giving me this opportunity. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. Sarvamangala Mangalye. Shive Sarvartha Sadhike. Sharanye Trambake Devi. Narayani Namostute. Sharanagata Dinartha. Paritrana Parayane. Sarvasyarti Hare Devi. Narayani Namostute. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर् वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. ओम हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम.
So beautiful. So I don't know, it occurred to me. And I was only thinking, Shiva is completely the embodiment of all Vaibhava. And so Mahimna stays like that. Now she talks about the grammar instrumental case. So we make all the gods instruments for our liberation. We use the gods, respective gods, and with bhakti and all these winning over the Arishad Vargas and so many. So we are able to make the gods instrument for us. It's a beautiful idea. And Pushpatantra has given, but now Geeta has brought out that we cannot leave the gods for themselves. Let them be our servers. Let them be our servants. Exactly so, because, in Kumara Sambhavam, Parvati was going away out of anger in 5th canto. Then that Shiva comes, tests her with all chiding Shiva, hopeless fellow, like that. Then when she was going away, he held the hand of Parvati. Adya prabhrutyanavatanghi tavasmi dasaha kritaha tapobhihi iti vadini chandramaulau anhayasa niyamajam kamamutsu sarja klesena hi phalam klesena hi phalam. So there, long back, I studied this Kumar Sambhavam. And so I remember this. Adya prabhruti anavatangi tavasmi dasaha. Khogaya admi. He cannot have any independence. He is simply a servant. And that too, kritaha tapobhihi. You can't purchase God in any shop with any some amount, nothing. Kritas tapobhihi iti vadini chandramaula. See, vada, it's a promise that I am going to be your companion lifelong. So that is our Indian marriages. Brahmi Vivaha, no divorce, no quarrel, even if quarrels are there. That's why Paraspara Prema Pravaha Janita life. That is what the Vivaha Gadyam, in the Sadas we say that they should always be together. So this is wonderful way of opening, because 45 slokas to explain requires a long time, and it has to be done on installment base. However, thanks Geeta, I never know that you could work in your head. Shiva is sitting as an instrument, making you to bring out right from the time I offered you I requested you to talk. I didn't know. Suddenly, actually, I gave it to our Gayatri Chandrasekhar. She said, no, 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 but she gave your number. So she was instrument to put you on the screen
Yes.
and, and also made you also here. So interesting. And moreover, I was having so many stotras of Shiva, but Rajagopalan, who is here from MSIS, America, and he was, sir, I want to note about it. So my explaining Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra is different. I will be doing something. But let somebody do it fully. So then you are the choice by Shiva himself. And thank
Lord
you.
Shiva. She
Huh?
was the choice of Lord Shiva.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Banasura, you see, you talk about
Namaste,
Banasura.
Gayatri.
Yeah, and I give chance to Gayatri to put our ideas and immediately. But I want to say that Bhattabhana, a great prose writer, he in Harsharitam, he just says, Namastunga Siraschumbi Chandra Chamara Charave Trailokya Nagararambha Moolastambhaya Shambhave. When I was explaining about that competition between Brahma and Vishnu, Brahma wanted to win the race. Even he goes astray and says, oh, well, I have seen that. But our Bhattabhana says, Namaha, Namaskara, astray. What is not invisible, what is invisible, we only bow down our head and request that the invisible becomes a bisa. Amurta becomes Murta. That's exactly, when you talk about Lalita Parameswari, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samudbhava.
Devakarya
So when you club these two things, means Chit is Gnanam and Agni is the fire. So Gnana Agni Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Kurute Arjuna. So that Gnana Agniyalli Ammavaru puttindi. And why she has taken such a risk to be born in that Chitagni? Because Devakarya Samudjata. So that Devakarya, now I have given to Geeta. So Tyagi. Devakarya, to be able to talk much about it. So not much talking about that, because the other day I was just going through all the 45 slokas, and last 3-4 slokas, Pushpadanta is tired. He wanted all people to make Shiva an instrument, not only he. So he's having that kind of general, ethical generality that I should not be selfish. If at all Shiva blesses not me only, let the entire world be blessed by Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva, because Namas Shambhave cha Mayo Bhave cha Namas Shankaraya Mayaskaraya Namas Shivaya Shivataraya cha. See here, Shankaraya Mayaskaraya is important. Shankara is, as long as we breathe our life on this world, he will be taking care of us. And Mayaskara means liberation. That is what we call Mahimna. So he will become an instrument for us to push us up into the Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, and whatever loka he feels fit for us. So because bhaktis have so many tires. So at what tire of bhakti we are there, we don't know. And again, Geeta told one important point. Shiva will take the risk of burning all our karmas and give you when he is a Nilakantha. See, when he drank Visham, it's a beautiful interpretation, metaphorical. Visham, when he drank that, we are always going after attractions, after possessions. after all these things. But we don't know we are going after. But there is something like a tyaga there required and disinterest and bhakti. So bhakti is the only pathway in the Kali Yuga, because we cannot perform yagnas or do jhanam or do japam. Concentration is very difficult, especially for software people. You observe, right in that 6 o'clock, they are with computer. Even if 12 o'clock, they cannot get out of a computer. Computer is their office. They do not drive to office sometimes. So work from home. With all these attractions, so the Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram is only Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Beginning of understanding the outskirts of Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram. I wish Geeta should take some other occasion to get into the gateway and fly with the stotras of that, because I see that Pushpadanta is telling it's a Vak Pushpa and it's a Hara, and all these things are there. In fact, once our Vardhadesikachar, our colleague, and who is a Swamiji, and he was telling anytime he gave a talk, my pravachana pushpa to the feet of Paramatma, Narayana Arpanamastu. So I remember him now because he was such a mild Swamiji like, and said Savanarpanamastu. So very much, I don't want to talk much. Very much thankful to you, Geeta, that you tried to exercise your head, used your all time, and see that Shiva, you are making him as an instrument for your mouthpiece. This microphone made a wonderful job. Thank you very much. Now I have got Rajagopalan from MCS, and I don't know what tempted him to or prompted him to choose Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra. He's a student of our Mahanyasam, of our Vadavedadhyayana Kendra, though sitting in America, so regular, 2 days a week, he will be spending time with Mahanyasam. Sir, Rajagopalan, he's a software engineer, but anyway, he's...
Namaskaram, Guru Garu.
Yeah, please.
Namaskaram, all the people, and Dr. Geeta and Dr. Prabhakaran, Dr. Gayatri. Namaskaram. Guru Garu, in 2019, God willing, I took a trip to Kailasam. The trip to Kailash, and I took the mantra pushpam of Ramakrishna Math, thinking that, I know this, I know I got Brahma Murari, I know Rudram and all these things. And I traveled with a guru who is in the lineage of Bhrigu Maharishi, and apparently they claim that he is the contemporary Sanjaya. Sanjaya, who was there during Mahabharata that time, he is reborn in the Kali Yuga, and his name is also Sanjay in this birth. And he has got the drishti, like a lot of Sanskrit came into him, when he became the reader of Bhrigu Nadi, he reads Bhrigu Nadi. And we were from Kathmandu, we were going to Lhasa. Suddenly in the bus, he said, Rajagopalan, you have to chant in Shiva Mahimnaa in Manasarovar. Then I have first time, like a sister was chanting, first time hearing about Shiva Mahimnaa. Immediately, I frantically, I went to the nearest, then when we went to the hotel, I Googled it, and in China, technology is a challenge. It's not openly available. But even then, I printed it and took it on the thing. And he also gave me saying, he have to sing it like a Hariharan does it, So he knows I could chant sloka, but then the whole trip, I was only chanting Shiva Mahimnaa in the bus. We were traveling by road and thing. And I became very anxious because it is not an easy thing. It is not a simple sloka. It is written by Pushpadanda, Gandharva. So it is little like Shankara. If any Shankara sloka or any Gandharva slokas, you need gurus like for Dr. Prabhakar, right? So I felt like, that's why I said when I met Dr. Prabhakar Garu, please, and also he told me that, and like that time he gave me a lot of experiences. Morning and evening in satsang, he will show me on his forehead, lot of the Kakabujandar and all. Vision was there, and then he said he will become Shiva. And I said, I am the most ineligible person because I'm not done any tapasam. I'm not, see, I learn little slokas, I chant, but I don't even know whether I'm chanting it correctly. So, anyway, that was a process. That is why I have to hear about Shiva Mahimna. And later, Dr. Medasani Moham visited Goshala. He spoke on Shiva Mahimna because I'm urged to know Shiva Mahimna and I wanted to learn it. And I told Guru Garu, teach me Shiva Mahimna. Guru Garu started Mahanyasa. So we are having a good 2.5 years of good journey. I'm sorry, I'm talking about myself. Even though Dr. Geeta, you gave the actually I thought maybe you're doing Stotram Stotra, but you gave the reason why Shiva Mahimna is. Like, how Shiva, even though you might have done so much of karma in your life, he gives you a hope that through the yogas or bhakti and sincere bhakti, you can surrender to the feet of Shiva. And also in like in Salta Sahasranamam and even in Shiva Mahimna, Putra Pradama Putrana Purushartha. That is, it says like, what Shiva Mahimna does. Not only it gives you moksha, your putras and potras, like they will be liberated. That is guarantee. It is given in the last sloka of in the Palasuti of the Shiva Mahimna. So even Lalita Sahasranam, Guru Garu used to say, like, you have to do the third Falasuti. They are also Putra, Pratama Putrana. And so I think all this thing is not only we get liberated, but it gives you a hope for a better tomorrow and gives you why you have to spend time in this, invest your time in learning this. Thanks for a detailed explanation and very beautifully put. And my prostration to you, Ma.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice. So he also talked about the origin of the thought in his head, and he has practiced it. And because of that, Shiva has been, because behind him there is Lord Shiva, who is blessing him and really going on journey. And our Gayatri, she is also instrumental to transfer her work to Geeta. So ಯಾರು ನಾನು ದಿನ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಬಟ್ ಎನಿವೇ and so now things are all clear that one has to, because there are so many gods and we have to choose a god and get out of it, because outskirts of every stotram tell you so much of attractions, but we have to choose one and get out. And so Gayatri garu emana unta anything you can add to this Geeta's talk? Nothing. She is done.
Sorry, sir, but I have not prepared today, but I can just namaskara to everyone. I can just chant a line. That is, Rujukutila Nana Pathajisham Drinameko Gamyas Tvamasi Payasam Arnava Iva. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that all the men are under my control. So like that, likewise, all the people, whether maybe the path may be different, but the Gamya, that is the Guri or the goal is the same. So as we have learned from our culture that the main aim of our life is to know ourselves, our self-reliance, or whatever it is, Atma Sakshatkara, whatever it is. So this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra, as we go by stotra, it leads to the path by removing, it leads to the path of our journey of moksha or liberation by removing the obstacles in us one by one. whether it is ego or whether it is moha or whether it is whatever it may be. So these 43 or 45 shlokas are the 45 steps to the path of liberation that we have to climb, or that we have to take into our heart, I think. Sorry, I cannot give much because I have not prepared today, sir. I am very, very sorry, but I am lucky that I could join to this. That is also by Shiva Mahima only. He is instrumental for joining this. And after this, I will, if you have time, I will talk to you for 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Prabhakar sir. Okay, sir. And as Adi Shankara says, he has given a framework to our life by this stotra. Atmatvam girijamati parijana prana shariram griham pujate vishayopabhoga rachana nidra samadhi sthitihi sanchara padayoh pradakshina vidhihi stotrani sarva gira yat yat karma karomi tattadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. He says Atmatvam. So you are the Atma in our body, and Girija Matihi, that is Parvati herself is our Buddhi, means how clear our Buddhi must be. Parijanaha Pranaha. So our Pancha Pranas, our 5 sense organs are your servants, means how we have to keep our sense organs. Shariram Griham. So this is the body is your home. Atmatvam Girijamati Parijana Prana Shariram Griham Pujate Vishayopabhoga Rachana. See, I am so humble and I am so poor that I do not know how to, and I am so ignorant. I do not know how to worship you. So whatever Vishayopabhoga Rachana, whatever the thing I experience in the Sukha and Dukkha in my life is your puja. Nidra Samadhi Sthitihi. So I don't know yoga. So whatever the sleep I do, it is you consider it as the samadhi. And pradakshina vidhihi stotrani sarvagira. And pradakshina vidhihi, wherever I go, you consider it as your pradakshina, means it is the constraint that where we have to go. Stotrani sarvagira. And all that we talk is your prayers, means so how we have to take talk. And also yat yat karma karomi tatta dakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. So whatever the work I do is your aradhana, is your puja. So with this, I thank Dr. Prabhakar for having given me this opportunity, and I feel sorry because I did not prepare properly, but I am lucky. I was lucky enough to join this conversation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Geeta, for your thoughtful presentation. And thank you, Rajgopalan, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now that Kirtivasan is there, I think he will have something to talk. And put till sir, you can just put some ideas. So Geeta, you can withdraw your screen.
Namaste. Thanks for the invite, and thanks Geeta ji for for the wonderful thing. I mean, sorry, I joined in the middle. Unfortunately, I had a few other early commitments, so I couldn't join all the I couldn't listen to all. But just wanted to add. I mean, in Tamil Sivapuranam they say Avan Arulale Avantal Vanangi, meaning if you want to be part of satsang, you need to be blessed. Lord Shiva needs to bless you to be even part. For you to be blessed, type thing, right? And like Adi Shankara Bhagavan says, Satsangatve Nisangatvam Nisangatve Nischalatatvam Nischalatatve Nirmohatve Jivan Muktihi. Being part of this satsang, under Guruji's guidance itself, is a great blessing. And I think we are all blessed to be part of this satsang and this Kendra and all this, all the wonderful teachings and the experiences that this gives, and very, very nice. And I'll listen to the again the recording to go to completely get the essence of the talking. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah, now we have got Surya Chandra Ananda Chandra Reddy Garu. If she is present, I think I expect to add something, because he spoke on Shiva Gita. Now this is Mahimnaa Stotra. Sir.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. It's a privilege and a great pleasure to listen to Dr. Geeta's presentation, wonderful presentation. And that I say it from bottom of my heart because I read Sivarashya and I gave a talk on Shiva Gita. I have been following the Rudra Gita. And in connection to your talk today, Devi Mahatmayam, which has kind of all the information. This is the first time I'm blessed to listen to the talk of this Shiva Mahimnaa Stotram, and particularly you explained very well on the 6 stories of Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madhamacharyas, and that is really good. Only one thing I just wanted to clarify for my sake is that when you mentioned that in order to get the liberation, the moksha, or whatever you call it, we always talk about, all shastras talk about bhakti, karma, raja yoga, and jnana yoga. My feeling is that no matter whether we are following the Shaiva Siddhanta, Shaiva Kashmirism, or Vedanta of Shankaracharya, ultimately, I think the moksha will happen only through the jnana. And all this bhakti and karma and raja are only the means.
Yes.
But even the further, even the further comments by Sri Aurobindo and others, they say it has to be an integral yoga, integral, all combined together. But ultimately, all shastras agree that ultimate yoga is the jnana yoga. Do you agree on that one? Any comments on that?
Sir, exactly. Actually, whatever we do, karma or bhakti or other one, it is a stepstone to moksha only. I mean, sorry, gnana. It is a stepping stone to gnana. Either bhakti or karma will not take, Raja Yoga will not take us directly to liberation. Through this, we get gnana, and through gnana only liberation happens. According to Adi Shankaracharya philosophy, Advaita Siddhanta, gnana iva mokshaha.
Yes.
Gnana iva mokshaha, but what happens, like, sir, if we say it will not, bhakti or karma yoga will not take you directly to liberation, we won't attempt it at all. Like what, sir, how to say this? To put it in a very simple way, when we have come to 10th, what our parents say, hey, this 10th standard, yeah, you finish it off, it's very difficult. Once you finish it off, you are done with it. Your life is settled. After SLC, they say 1 year, yeah, another 1 year you study. POC second year, you will finish it off. You can take up. Again, when we come to finish it off degree, yeah, your life is settled. You will join a job. First 10th standard, they never say you need to take up PUC, you need to take up degree, you need to take up a job. They never tell that, right? They just take us step by step. In the same manner, we don't say directly, actually, yes, very much right, Grana Naiva Mokshaha, but we need to, what we had to tell, we had to provoke. Do bhakti, will get liberation, means do bhakti, you will get gnana and you will get liberation. That is the step, actually. We at the initial stage, we will hide it. We will hide.
Very nice. Very nice. As you said, the next step is that even in the Shaiva Siddhanta or Shaiva philosophy, they say that you need both. You need both the karmakandas are necessary as a means steps to get onto that one. You will ultimately, and even Vedanta says that you need to go behind the vidya also. Even that jnanam has to be shedded back, then in order to get the mukti. Yeah,
Yes.
that's my understanding. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Whereas Lalita Sahasranama says, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Swarupini. First, Ichha Shakti should be there. Then only we will go to Jnana. And then when we go in the path of Jnana, that is to acquire knowledge, then it will lead to Kriya, that is the path to moksha. I think
Very well said. Very well said. I think that's really good because that is Shaiva Siddhanta says that one is the Ichha, Jnana, Kriya go together, one after the other. And and also for this one, the basic requirement is a person of that seeker, the spiritual seeker, need the prasada buddhi, attitude, and also Ishvara Arpana buddhi. So these two are necessary tools. These are the two wings to fly. Bird cannot fly with one wing. So you need to have these two wings. That's my understanding.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you,
beautiful.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution and thinking. And I think Krishna is saying one point, Jnana Agnihi Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Kurute. So when he says Bhasmasat means moksham. Bhasmantam Sariram. That mokshantam Sariram. So I think it's very nice. And for that, Shiva Mahimnaa Stotra is an instrument. And moreover, all this, because we have got Stotra Bodha series we are having continuously, meaning that whatever knowledge available in our Vedas and Sanskrit literature has been reinstated in our stotras. So through stotra, simple Sanskrit compared to Vedic Sanskrit. So we are able to catch the rind of the message or wisdom that is being marked in the Vedas. Anyway, it's a wonderful job. So I think we can ask somebody to say, Sivalingaya, I don't know whether he's there, and anybody Vasan? Anybody is there here? And yeah, Sivalingaya is there? Mangalasan. Say you have to begin and you have to end, because at the beginning and ending are very tasty.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सतं सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीवासुदेवार्पणमस्तु श्रीवेदपुरुषाशीर्वादोऽस्तु ॐ श्रीमातृचरणारविन्दार्पणमस्तु ॐ तत्सत् हरि ओम नमस्ते गुरुजी नमस्ते मैम
Namaste.
If Prasad is there still, Anjaneya Prasad, I don't know. Anyway, we serve. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to know. And next month we'll have talk on the Sangeetam. Nada. So we'll meet. So this kind of series is a kind of opportunity because of the virtual presentation also. We are so happy. Thank you, Geeta, and everybody who joined here. And Annapurna, who recited beautifully all the slokas. I mean, wonderful stotram it is, relevant to the Shiva, because Shiva and Parvati are primordial parents. Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameswaro. So a nice beginning and ending. Thank you very much. And we end this stop recording.
Stop recording.
Stop చేశా